Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family, acquaintances and I don't know what else to say. How are you all doing today in this fine, lovely Friday morning? I am your host, Brother Ricky, here with you this morning on Pstars Radio. The time is now 10:19. Yes, the time is now 10:19, and you already know what I'm here for. You already know what I'm here for. But for some reason, I almost forgot what I came here for. I don't know why. I don't know why. Long weekend, I guess. Long weekend, probably going through, work, school, whatever the case may be. But I am here. I am here. You are here. We are all here. By the grace of God, we are all here, and I am glad. Yes, I am glad. Yes, I said I am glad to be with you all here this morning, as per usual. Now, let me start by saying this. I want to ask you guys that are either listening, watching, whatever the case may be. I want to ask, how are you all doing today? How are you all doing today? If you can, you want to engage with me, you want to communicate with me, however you want to do this. I am on Facebook right now. I am live on Facebook, and I am also live on YouTube. So, let me know down in the comments, how's your day going so far? How's your week going so far? How's the family? Is everything all right? Are you all doing okay? Are you all taking care of your health? Because as you all may know, or as you all should know, health is wealth, people. Yes, health is wealth. And we must always make sure that we take care of our health, because without our health, we can't support ourselves, we can't support our families, we can't support our loved ones, so on and so forth. So I hope that all of you that are watching are taking care of your mental capacity, your physical capacity, watching out for all the load that you're carrying, because, again, the human body can do so much, right? The human body can do so much. We can only take so much mentally and so much physically. So we must all make sure that we take care of that. We must take care of that part of ourselves, because at the end of the day, right, we have our health that we must take into priority. We have to take our health into priority as much as possible. All right, so we gotta make sure we take care of our health. Our health, mentally and physically. So, however you want to feel that you want to communicate with me, let me know down into the comment section. Again, I am live on Facebook and I am live on YouTube. So, let me know, how's your day going so far? How are you feeling? How's the family doing? Are you doing okay? Is the weekend okay for you? My weekend is okay for me, by the grace of God. As you can see, I'm here in the flesh. Yours truly. The one and only. So I'm glad that I can be here with you today. I'm glad that you can be here with me today. And let's get this show on the road. Now, I would like to start off with this. The Emirates Cup has officially begun. Granted, I did bring that up last. Or did I? No. Yeah, I'm bringing it up now. The Emirates Cup in the NBA has officially begun on Tuesday. Right? The race to the Emirates Cup has officially gone underway on Tuesday, right? And granted, there's a whole process. There is an entire process of how this whole thing is going to play out, this whole series for the race to the Emirates Cup. There's a whole process about how this is going to go, and I'm going to take the time to explain all of this to you in our next meeting, right? But there is an entire process. But to keep it short and simple, what we're going to have is the official, challenges, the official rundown of the games happening with the Emirates Cup, starting from last Tuesday all the way up until we reach the semifinals on December, I believe, 14, right? The 14th will be the semifinals of the Emirates Cup. And then on the 17th of December will be the championship run. It's going to be the championship run between the last two standing teams who will be going toe-to-toe, head-to-head, facing each other off for the Emirates Cup. So that's the whole rundown of it, right? There's going to be, to my understanding, two stages, right? There will be the group play, which is like part A, and then the knockout rounds, which is part B. So again, next meeting I'll go a little bit deeper, give you a deep dive into all the tweaks and parts of how this whole Emirates Cup thing is gonna play out. But for now, just to keep it short, sweet, simple, nice, it's gonna be a group play and then the knockout rounds until we reach all the way to the semifinals again in December 14th, and then the championship round on December 17th. So again, I for one, I'm very excited. I'm anticipating on who is going to be the next championship winner of the Emirates Cup, because last year, as I may have explained before, the Lakers won it. That was the very first, and I believe they called it the in-season tournament that time. But now they're calling it the Emirates Cup. So last season, the Los Angeles Lakers won that against the Pacers. And so now this season, it's a whole new year, whole new season. Who do you guys think is going to take this year's Emirates Cup? Do you think the Lakers are going to get a repeat? Do you think the Pacers are going to get their comeback? Or do you think a whole new different team is going to take this year's Emirates Cup? You let me know what you think. You give me your thoughts and opinions on that. But me personally, I'm going to say the Warriors are going to take this one. I might be optimistic because I do also think the Warriors are going to take the finals as well. Granted, I know a lot of you might not agree with me on that take, but hey, that's me, that's you. But you guys let me know what you guys think about that. Moving on, Victor Wembanyama. My goodness, this guy is a pure alien. This guy had a 50-point career-high game playing against the Washington Wizards. 50 points, people. Now, let me tell you something. I think, four other players in the NBA have also made that kind of a milestone run during their career. The only person I ever known that has done that was Devin Booker during his rookie season in the NBA, dropping 50 points. And now we have another. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call Wemby a rookie because this is, I believe, his second year in the NBA. Yeah. This is Wemby's second year in the NBA, so close enough to being a rookie. But this is his 50-point piece, dropping on the I believe the Washington Wizards, I believe 2 nights ago. Now, if you all have not recognized it at this point, Victor Wembanyama is definitely going places, man. And I don't think it's going to stop there. Granted, this is his first 50 piece. I think this is his career high. But I don't think it's going to stop there. Like, definitely not going to stop there. He has more to show for his skill set and what he has to bring to the league in his second year. Again, this is just his second year. So I definitely think he has more to bring to the table in regards to what he can do in the league, because 50 is, my God, crazy. 50 points is crazy. And again, there's 4 other players that has done this before. I just named one of them. The other 3, I'm not too sure who those other players are that have dropped this, but it has been the case that, Victor Wembanyama dropped in 50 points alongside 4 other individuals who may still be in the league and who may not be in the league as of now. But Devin Booker is one of those other players who is actively still playing in the league that has dropped 50 points. Granted, these guys are going crazy. Wemby playing alongside Chris Paul and then playing alongside their new rookie Stephon Castle. The Spurs have the Spurs have a pretty good roster set up for themselves. They might not be at the top standing point as of rankings or as of standings go in the league as of now, but they got a pretty good roster for this season for sure. You got Wemby, Chris Paul, Castle. You got Devin Vassell too, because again I brought him up last meeting about him being the second leading scorer in the team so far. Yeah, these guys got some good players in their hand, and I think they could go very far. The Spurs, I'm talking about. The Spurs can go very far with these individual players. Granted, I believe Chris Paul being the veteran of the team, right? Because he's been in the league longer than the rest of the group. So you got Chris Paul, the veteran, and then you got a whole core group of young players playing on the Spurs. Yeah, this team can definitely go places. They can definitely, and I'm anticipating myself that this team could definitely make it to the playoffs. Definitely. I mean, granted, they have the youth, and then they have the leadership, I believe, coming from Chris Paul. So they can definitely make it to the playoffs for sure. I don't want to push it. I definitely don't want to push it and say they can make it to the finals, because that might be a very wild take aside from my take of the Warriors winning this year's finals. But I don't want to take it that far, but they can definitely make it to the playoffs for sure. But shout outs to Victor Wembanyama for sure. We're dropping that 50 piece going up against the Wizard. Moving on, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, man, these guys are on a 13-0 run. And I don't know if it's because of Donovan Mitchell, being a part of that group, because I truly believe ever since Donovan Mitchell set foot on the Cleveland Cavaliers team, I think that changed everything for them. I definitely think Donovan Mitchell's presence changed everything for this team. Ever since he's been traded into playing for that team, ever since leaving the Utah Jazz. Excuse me. Now, granted, it might also be Darius Garland as well. Darius Garland. I mean, these guys are definitely factors into them being where they are now with being in a 13-game winning streak, because they have 0 losses as of now. These guys are starting off at a very, very nice footing. Very nice. 13-0 is crazy just to start off in the season. I think back in, I believe it was 2015 or 2016, the Golden State Warriors, I know I keep bringing these guys up. I know I keep bringing them up. But the Golden State Warriors are, I believe, going on almost a similar win streak like that as well, right? But then unfortunately, I hate to bring it up, unfortunately, we lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers. During that year, we were going on a multiple game winning streak. We lost, unfortunately, to this team. But yeah, for the Cleveland Cavaliers this season, starting off with 13-0, it is a very, very, very remarkable starting position for these guys. You got Mobley, you got Karis LeVert, again Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Isaac Okoro. All these guys that are playing in this team, they're all putting in their individual effort and their individual expertise into getting this team this far, right? Going into a 13-0, going off with a 13-0 run. So, yeah, these guys are doing something. I bet you LeBron is thinking about going back to that team based off of how this is starting off with the Cleveland going 13-0. I might be going crazy. I might be talking crazy. I've been talking crazy this entire time starting the live show. So who knows? I might be going crazy. Again, you guys let me know what you think about that. But yeah, the Cavs are going off crazy with a 13-0 run. And a lot of people are anticipating that their next matchup going up against the Boston Celtics might be the end of that win streak. The Boston Celtics, again, I brought this up before. They are the best standing team as of now. As of now, the Boston Celtics are the best team running as of now. I'm not saying they're the best team overall, or I'm not saying they're the best team, going forward, but as of now, they are the best team as of now. So, again, people are anticipating that once the Cavs have their matchup against the Boston Celtics, that may be the end of their win streak. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that matchup between these two teams might be the end of their win streak? Who knows? I don't know. I personally think that the Cavs going up against the Warriors will be the end of their win streak, if it ever comes to that. If this team loses, I'm not loses, but if this team wins against every other team until they reach the Warriors, when they reach the Warriors, that's when their win streak will lose, or when their win streak will end, should I say. Once the Cavs go up against the Warriors, that's when their win streak ends. Again, I'm being a bit too optimistic here, but hey, that's just me. Moving on, Chet Holmgren has suffered a hip injury. Chet Holmgren of the Oklahoma City Thunders is now going through an injury where he will be out for quite some time. And now I'm not exactly sure how many games he will be missing or how many weeks he'll be going without being in the roster. But as of now, he is facing a hip injury, and that now has left OKC in a very challenging position, just because of the fact that they are now running out of bigs to play in the roster while Chet Holmgren is out. So they don't really have that many centers. I don't think they have any centers, period, as of now. And that's leaving them in a very vulnerable position, because now during in-games, it's going to be very hard for them to catch rebounds for their team, right? Because, with Chet Holmgren's height, this is the guy that they can go to for rebounds. This is the guy that they can go to attack the paint. Granted, I think he's a good three-point shooter as well, but he definitely eats more in the paint. All centers eat more in the paint. So now that they have Chet Holmgren, who will be out for quite some time, they are in a very vulnerable position as of now. But I do have some little birdies, bring up the fact that Dwight Howard is looking to secure his opportunity to play as a center for the OKC while Chet Holmgren is facing this hip injury. Now, this, honestly, I hope it's not true. I definitely hope it's not true. I don't think Dwight Howard, because he's, again, this is all, what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. Dwight Howard pushing to secure a contract to play as a center for the OKC while Chet Holmgren is out, I don't think it's a very safe. I don't know. I really don't know. Granted, during his time playing as a center, he I don't know. Here he's been valuable. At times he's not been valuable. I don't know. Me personally, I don't think it's a very safe bet for the OKC Thunders to give him a roster spot, while Chet Holmgren is out. Granted, again, I don't think Chet Holmgren will be out for that long, and this should be an eye opener for Holmgren to get his physical health right, to hit that gym, get that weight in, get that muscle, because granted, this him going through so many injuries is not going to be in the best interest for the team, and of course it's not going to be in the best interest for himself. But that should be an eye opener for Chet. But again, I don't think it's going to be a safe bet to allow Dwight Howard to be a part of the roster for the OKC. I think they could find somebody else. Granted, it's not going to be that big of an issue. Granted, it does leave them vulnerable that they don't have Chet Holmgren, but I don't think it will be a big issue for them, to just wait it out until until Chet Holmgren gets better to come back into the team again. But I don't think it's a safe bet to let Dwight Howard, get a spot in the roster for the OKC Thunders. Again, that's just me. Again, you guys let me know what you think about that, what your opinions are based on that. Now, moving on. It was a sweet, sweet, sweet moment that Klay got his tribute, his tribute video, making his return to go up against his former team, the Golden State Warriors. And, it looked very nice. It looked very special. It seemed very special, at least the way that I saw it, to Klay Thompson coming back home, going up against his former teammates, the Golden State Warriors, during their matchup and during the Emirates Cup tournament, right? It seemed very wholesome. It seemed very special. It seemed very great, at least to me, And I'll put it this way: no matter what jersey Klay Thompson may be in, he will always be a Warrior for life, in my eyes. No matter what jersey that he's in, what team he plays for, he will always be a Golden State Warrior family, at least to me. And he will always still remain a Splash Brother standing alongside Stephen Curry. Because that's who these guys are. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, put together, we got the Splash Brothers. So granted, whatever team he plays for, whatever jersey he has on, he's always a Warrior for life for me. And he's a Splash Bro for me. Again, this is for me. But needless to say, he had to take that L. Him and the Mavericks had to take that massive L going up against the Warriors as we won 120 and 117 during that matchup versus the Mavs and the Golden State Warriors. So, granted, Klay, we miss you. We love you always. But we had to give you that L, as per usual, because we are the Golden State Warriors, and we are on top of the world. Moving on. Oh, and I believe as well, during that game, Curry dropped 37 points, and Klay dropped 22 points. So it's not far of a difference as of scoring goes, right? Because, again, these guys are proficient or, excellent shooters. They're shooting perfectly from the three-point range, right? As per usual, as something that we would expect, Klay, Curry being the Splash Brothers. It's not a big of a difference for me, but I think this game personally, Curry wanted to make a statement to Klay with that 37-point game. Saying he didn't really say this, but it's almost as if he was saying you never should have left. Granted, he had his reasons of leaving the team, but again, to me, it just felt like Curry was trying to leave him a statement with that 37-point game, trying to let him know, Brody, you should have never left us, man. You should have never left the team. This was your home. This was our legacy that we're building here. You should have never left. But granted, shout out to Klay, shout out to Curry, the Splash Brothers, and I'm happy for Klay, and I'm happy for what he's doing in the Mavs. Moving on, the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. I never usually talk about UFC or fighting in general, because that's not usually my go-to kind of sports that I like to consume or watch. But this matchup that's apparently taking place today between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul is something that a lot of people are talking about. Now, granted, Mike Tyson is way past his prime. I believe he's in his 50s right now. I don't know if he's 58, 57, one of the two. But Jake Paul, as we all know, he's young, 27, going up against Mike Tyson, who was and still is a pure legend in the ring. Guy has monster punches, savage beatdowns, I believe tons of KOs. This man, Mike Tyson, was and still is a legend. But as of now, there's going to be a matchup apparently between the two, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. And I think I saw their weigh-in, I think their meetup. I believe it was last night or the night before. And man, this man Mike almost smacked Jake Paul. until last week. Now I don't know where the smack came from, I guess, but yeah, you know how these things get when you get the meetups and stuff like that between the two guys that will be facing off against their big match. You get a lot of that intensity, a lot of that heat up momentum going on between the two because they're getting fired up and ready to go. Get their match ready and started to go. I believe today, right? Every time they get their matchup or they're getting ready to have their matchup, two of the individuals that are going to match up against each other meet up, have their face off, whatever the case may be, and then they get a heated moment where somebody pushes the other, or somebody tries to throw a punch against the other, or one trash talks the other, and so on and so forth. So I guess that's what happened, I guess the night before, or the night before last night. But yeah, their matchup is going to be happening today. And who do you guys think will win this match? Granted, I'll say this: if this all is a publicity stunt for Jake Paul, because he wants to get a lot of notoriety. I'm going up against one of the legends, one of the greats, and I'm definitely going to beat him. Yada yada yada. And then Mike Tyson looks to seem like he still has it in him. But granted, who knows? It might be Mike Tyson who still wins this. Because granted, again, he's way past his prime. He's 58 now, right? And Jake Paul is still so young. So you never know. It can be different results as to how this match will go. I think. Yeah, I'm going to say, okay, I think Mike Tyson might get this one. I think he still has it in him. Granted, despite his age, him being in his 50s, I still think he has it in him to put Jake Paul to sleep. That's just me. But moving on. So tonight's matchup, as I said before about the Emirates Cup, the matchup for the NBA Cup, aka the Emirates Cup, will continue on tonight. And so here are the matchups for tonight's game. It will be the Philadelphia 76ers, who will be going up against the Orlando Magic. And then we have the Detroit Pistons, who will be going up against the Toronto Raptors. The Miami Heat will be going up against the Indiana Pacers. Los Angeles Lakers will be going up against the San Antonio Spurs. The Washington Wizards will be going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Brooklyn Nets will be going up against the New York Knicks. Chicago Bulls will be going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Denver Nuggets will be going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. The Phoenix Suns will be going up against the OKC Thunder. The Los Angeles Clippers will be going up against the Houston Rockets. The Minnesota Timberwolves will be going up against the Sacramento Kings. And then finally, the Memphis Grizzlies will be going up against the Golden State Warriors. So these will be the matchups for tonight's Emirates Cup. Again, this will be the group play portion. We haven't yet reached the knockout rounds, so we're still in the group play portions as of tonight. But yeah, these will be the games that will be taking place tonight for the Emirates Cup. And as per usual, I will leave you all with a Bible verse of the day. And that Bible verse will come from Proverbs chapter 16, verses 3. Again, the Bible verse will be coming from Proverbs chapter 16, verses 3. And it reads, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." Allow me to read that for you one more time. And it reads, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." Now, I may or may not have brought this up before, but this verse kind of speaks for itself. Whatever plans that you have in life, whatever goals that you're looking forward to, or whatever goals that you're trying to accomplish or achieve, always, always, always put God first. Allow Him to be first in every single aspect of your life, every single aspect of your plans, your goals, whatever it is it may be. Allow God to be first in all of that. Make Him the center. Ask Him. Be the one to ask God. Don't just assume that He's going to be first. Ask Him to be first. Ask Him to be a part of all your plans, in everything that you seek to accomplish in life. Because without God, we can't do anything. At least I know that for me. Without God, I cannot do anything. Without God, everything would be impossible for me to do on my own. Because I understand, and I'm able to call this out about myself. At times, I don't know what I'm doing by myself. I don't know what I'm doing on my own. But I know that God, who is omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent, the all-seeing, the all-knowing, who is everywhere, knows what's best for me. And he has a plan for me. I know this, and I can acknowledge that. But I can also acknowledge that I don't know everything, and I can't do everything on my own. So, to compensate for that, I ask God to take first priority in my life, in every single thing that I do. And I encourage you all that are watching right now to do the same. Ask God to be first. Let him take priority in every single aspect and every single thing that you do in your life. And watch how your life changes in a dramatic way for your good, for your benefit. Because everything that God does is for your benefit. He wants you to succeed. He wants you to be happy. He wants you to be content and satisfied. Right? So, again, let him be first. And also let him be last too. Let him be first and let him be last. Let him be first, second, last, whatever. Let him be all of that stuff for you, all right? Because that's what he is for me. Again, I'm glad and happy to be with you all this morning today. And that will be all for this show. And I will see you all again next Friday around the same time. I love you all, and I'll see you again soon.